Hi guys, it's Georgia. Welcome back to my channel. If you want to achieve this makeup look, I have done a little tutorial for you all. Yeah, it's my very first one, so it might not be up to standard like the other YouTubers, but I'm giving it a go. That's all you can do, right? Right, I've just sorted my hair out, so instead of just doing it straight, I did a little flick on the end. So I thought, you know, might be cute. I'm gonna start doing my makeup now. I always start with my eyebrows first, so we're going to start with that. So I use this Precisely My Brow Pencil by Benefit. I think it's the best. It is just the perfect shade for me. I just do really light little strokes where my eyebrows look like they're missing a few hairs. So I just like to fill it in really gently. So that is pretty much all I'll do for that eyebrow. Then after they're filled in, I go through with the spoolie just one more time, just so the lines aren't as harsh. To set my eyebrows in place, I use the Got2b styling gel. For brows and edges, I use the clear one, so it just looks like that. And I find this is the best. Like, it doesn't leave that much excess. It's perfect. So after that's dry, I will carve them out just a little bit, just so they don't look messy and they look a bit more clean. Because I'm not doing that much makeup today, I'm just going to use a little bit of concealer on where I've got some spots, just to try and get rid of it. So I'm going to go in with my Tarte Double Duty Beauty. So this shade is 22N Light Neutral. This is so good. I love this stuff. So I'm just going to put a little bit under my eyes. Literally the tiniest little bit. And one on that giant spot there. I then use this brush because it's small. It's not thick, but it's also got some movement in it. So gently blend on that and just leave that there for a second. Then we're going to go in with under my eyes. I might use a little bit more just under my eyes, just because it didn't spread that far. Usually the tiniest little drop goes so far. Just gonna blend that out with a bigger brush. Right, now that that's done, I'm gonna go in with a bit of concealer, which is a bit more, it has a bit more colour to it. And I'm just gonna put that over areas that I want concealed. I'm gonna use a bit of a bigger brush for this, just because it's going over a bit of a larger area. So I'm just gonna blend that in. It's a lot lighter than I thought it was. In a way, I'm kind of using this as my foundation. Right, now that that's done, I'm going to add some contour. The contour I use is the Charlotte Tilbury contour wand. Oh, this is the best. Since using it, I have just bought it over and over again. So this is fair medium. I try and use the excess that's left from last time on the sponge, because it's still quite wet. I love contouring my nose. It's one of my favourite things to do. And it's one of the things that I notice most in my makeup. Add a little bit here. And here. blending around my nose, I'm going to use this, so it's a little bit of a flat brush, but it's still got lots of movement in it. For the larger areas, I use this brush. It's a little bit angled, but it's still really thick. I love this brush. I kind of dab it and then do a little bit of a, like, that movement. Then I'm going to go over a big brush just to smooth it all out. Now that my eyebrows are dry, I'm going to carve them out a little bit. I'm going to use the same thing that I used for my whole face. Don't know if I mentioned that. That's NYX Bear With Me. And what shade is that? I don't know. I'm just going to use one of these. But I need my mirror. Right. Now that they're carved out, I'm going to use a brush like this just to get rid of that excess. Right, I'm now going to add some blush, which is another favourite part of my makeup routine. I absolutely love putting my blush on. I might use a bit much, but hey ho. I just put it right above where I put my contour. I usually put my blush where I'd put my highlight. Now I'm going to use a little angled brush and just kind of dab at it. You're going to have to ignore this brush as well because my dog's got it. And I was really sad. I didn't want to get a new one. Done. So after I've done my blush, that is when I go in with my powder products. So I'm just going to try and blend this out because this spot will not go away. So I'm going to start with this Kylie Jenner. It's obviously news. This is 100 Chang? I don't know what shade this is. I'm so sorry, guys. I just put it over where I put my contour earlier. Now that I'm happy with everywhere I've placed my powder, I'm going to use One Heck of a Blot by Soap and Glory. It's so cute. What shade is this? Let's actually find out. Translucent. I'm not very good at this, guys. I'm just going to place this everywhere where I would put my concealer, so under my eyes. I like to make sure as well that I get lines around my nose because I feel like that helps with the contour of my nose. Okay, I'm going to leave that for a second just while it sets. Then I'm going to go in with my big brush and wipe it all off. While I'm waiting though, I'm just going to clean up a few areas where the powder's got to where I don't really want it. I think it's pretty good. While I wait for my powder, I usually do my mascara. So I use a Real Technique eyelash curler. Like little tiny little presses rather than just putting it on and holding it. I feel like, I don't know if it works, but I feel like it does. I think she's ready for some mascara. To begin my mascara, this is so old now you literally can't see. It is Too Faced Better Than Sex, but this is the primer, so you have it on before you put on the main mascara. This one's called Foreplay. That's it. Okay, now that I've got the primer on, I'm going to actually use my proper mascara, which is the best mascara ever. So this is Benefit Bang. I've got this in the waterproof, which makes it really hard to come off, but I feel like there's benefits to it too. One, it's waterproof. Two, it lasts longer. Like, look at that. Insane. Then I do like to get my bottom eyelashes, so I use a different mascara for that. I just use this Great Lash by Maybelline. Right, I'm gonna now brush off all of this excess powder. I'm gonna add some highlighter and then sort my lips out. Just use this. I've had this for years. I'm pretty sure I stole it from my sister. It's from Revolution, but it's called Girl's Best Friend. I use one of these fanned out brushes and I use the middle bit because I like the golden kind of effect. And I just place that just above my contour. I do use a separate brush for my nose. I use the exact same colour. I just go up the bridge of my nose and focus on the tip of it. And then I just add little bits, maybe around my eyes, under my eyebrows, and on top of my top lip because it makes your top lip stand out a little bit more. I'm going to brush away any excess of that so it doesn't look too heavy. For my lips, I'm going to use this Maybelline Lifter Liner in shade 05 On It. Perfect. I just use my finger to rub it in slightly. And that's me all finished. This is me all finished. Thank you for watching.